So I have some experience running orgies. For about a year, 2 years, I used to run orgies in my home. And I know that Donald came once. It was very... Sarah has also been. And maybe say a word about why. Why do the orgy? Isn't it obvious? Well, it's not so completely obvious. Why do the orgy? I'll say why I think I do it. There is the pleasure and the joy of being able to connect in a way with others in a way you can't normally do. And you can experience incredible pleasure. It's really true. You come away, I have come away very happy. And not only very happy, but extremely relaxed in my body. Like, it actually sometimes paradoxically permits a relaxation that it's really hard to experience elsewhere. A lot of the tension can drop away from your body. But that's perhaps only one aspect why I do it. I don't do it just for the orgasmic pleasure. I do it because it's, in a way, an advanced form of social interaction. And it's not just, bah! The rules apply as in normal social interaction, but we're in a different context. And there's a moment where you slip out of your frontal cortex and you go into your more archaic sort of, I don't know what you call it, lizard brain. And then it's no longer a question of who you're interacting with or what their gender is. You are immersed in a group sensation. And this is something so extraordinary. It's almost like going back to the oceanic feeling that we may have had as when we were embryos in our mother's breasts. It's like you slip into a space where you're not thinking, who am I with, sometimes. You're just in the experience with someone. The gender question becomes less important. Now, I know a lot of people, a lot of men in particular, have trouble with touching people of their own gender, but not only men. And this is one of these wonderful opportunities where you learn that it's not a big drum. It's not a big deal. And you might even find that your habitual patterns are not the same in this situation, that you might actually find that you're attracted in ways that you don't expect. And that's part of why we do the festival. You know, we want that. I really want that. I'm touched when people, you know, when gay people find that they actually can be attracted to another gender, or when straight people find that they're, you know, I love that. And when people don't even know their gender, I love that too. When the whole gender thing becomes unstable. No. The present is not all there is. Right? So, it may happen that something feels good in the moment and then it doesn't feel good afterwards. It may happen that you thought you were in consent but you weren't, and vice versa. You thought you weren't in consent but you really were. Now, how as a sex educator do you resolve that Zen koan? How do you resolve that paradox? The way we resolved it 5 or 6 years ago, and it worked perfectly, was we told everybody they're responsible for themselves. And I actually profoundly believe that. You know, when people complain to me, I've always got that mantra in the back of my head. You're responsible for yourself. And really, we're here as responsible adults. I'm not of the school of, you know, treating you like children, wrapping you in cotton wool. You know, this is dangerous. We know it's dangerous. You know? But that's part of why we're here. We want to grow, we want to expand our horizons, we want to experience new things. We want to learn something about that joy and that lizard brain and all those other things. But it's dangerous. as you correctly pointed out, I mean, there are inequalities in this space. There are some people who will get more attention than others, right? That's part of one of the really uncomfortable things that this kind of work shows up, is our inequalities, which we often don't like to see. So what we'll say in addition to that is, should we hear complaints about one person from several people, or even if we receive one complaint that we believe to be utterly credible and serious, we will take action. And we actually know every other major sex educator in the country. And we can tell them, and all the other festivals, this is a dangerous person. So we have the power to make whoever acts in an irresponsible way responsible. But most of it is using your common sense and asking if you're not sure. And if you're touching someone and they're not responding, maybe they're not interested. And if they are interested and you pull away, they'll pull you back. You can be sure. I just want to say one last thing from the male perspective, from the pretty much heterosexual male perspective, dare I say. You can get into a space in these kinds of environments where you get needy, or you feel, you just don't, you're trying to connect with people and it's not working, right? You know that. Okay. You're trying to connect and it's not working. All I want to say to you is, please do not believe this is the only orgy you'll ever go to. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work this time. It's not a drama. And that's hard. It's like, because you see everyone else enjoying themselves and it's not working and you can't get into contact. Maybe be creative. Maybe go to someone who your first interest is not sexual. Maybe have a conversation. You're allowed to. Maybe step out. Anything. And maybe nothing works. And nothing works. It's not the end of the world. It's not a statement about your authenticity, who you are, blah, blah, blah. It's just a statement about this afternoon.